I used to think I liked being alone, until the government locked me beneath the surface of a moon of Saturn and told me I was too dangerous for Earth. But today a military transport is coming straight toward my prison, and I already know exactly who's inside and what they fear. "We're getting visitors," I said, surprised into speaking aloud.
How do you know that?
The AI in charge of me and my home away from home thinks I was talking to it. I wasn't. Still, if I don't answer, the darn thing will keep asking. I can hear them, in my mind. It makes no comment. It will simply report the fact as part of its function. Nothing they don't already know, and it's not the real reason I'm here alone. Well, technically I have a roommate, an AI with no real mind to read. That's by design, and I approve. A roommate with a quiet mind was a luxury beyond price back on Earth.
Military transport ship arriving, Orion class.
And that meant one of the inner planets, possibly Earth itself. Well, well. I listened to the voices in my head a little more closely as it approached, and soon I had the whole story. Maybe one day they'll find a way to keep me out, but this close they're an open book. Believe me, I prefer otherwise, and I know things I would rather not know. I waited to greet my visitors. It's not as if I had a choice. The tube shaft sighed as the air escaped, and then the door slid open. "Colonel Packer, what have you brought me?" "A terrorist suspect," he said. "We need your special talent." "Meaning you have no real evidence that would stand up in court, which is still a thing. You need more information." Packer glared at me. "I'm doing my job. Now do yours." It wasn't that I could read minds. Anyone with training in a rare genetic mutation could do that. I had the bad luck to be born with something extra. Good old Packer, square-jawed, by the book, and terrified. I knew it and he knew it, which was probably why he hated me so much. He'd throw me on an airlock himself if he thought he could get away with it, but he can't, and we both know why. I don't hate him. I hate what he does, just as I hate what I do. But for the man himself, I can only feel pity. He's as much a prisoner as I am. 2 guards brought the young man in. I judged him to be no more than 20 or so. He didn't speak English. That didn't matter. Honest fear was in him, not the sort driven by shame, as with the colonel. "Where do you want him?" Packer asked. "Here is fine." I looked into the young man's eyes. Reading his thoughts was child's play, and language was no barrier to me. But that was only half the story. I put the command into his mind even as I spoke it aloud. "Tell me what you believe to be true." He gave the answer. I didn't understand the words forming in his mind, but that more to the point I understood his meaning. In silence he told me what he did, and he told me why. Everything he believed and thus knew to be factual. Any old-fashioned polygraph can detect a lie, most of the time. But you only get the truth if you ask the right questions. Even then, it can't make you tell everything with nothing held back. I can. That's why I had to leave Earth. The AI recorded my response when I spoke to Packer. "Whatever you think he did, he didn't. This man is innocent." "Are you absolutely sure?" Packer demanded. "That's why I'm here," I said. "Isn't it?" Packer took his prisoner, and they all left without another word. I sensed Packer's relief, though whether more at my assessment or his own imminent departure was an open question. What wasn't in question were the facts of the latest case. After all, would I lie?